How's it going, everybody? My name is Liam and this is my hobby room, and welcome back to another episode of the LHR show. A show where I just talk and do things, but not the same things that are on the other playlists. These are things that are kind of just for me. These are just my own personal projects, not necessarily Gundam related. Sometimes they might be, sometimes they might not be. I don't know. There's not much rhyme or reason to it. And to address the elephant in the room, I'm sitting today. I'm sitting down. Sitting down, nice and comfy. Don't worry, you will still get pure, unadulterated access to my premium standing content on my regular playlists and regular videos, but the LHR show is just kind of like, it's comfy. Oh, we're having a good time. So I hope everyone's having a nice day. I ate 3 cookies today. So I'd say things are going pretty well for me. But anyways, this video is about the Ma.k Neuspotter. It's a model kit that I got a little while ago. And I wanted to build it and paint it and show you the building and the painting of it. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's take a look at it. Now, this is a fixed pose kit, so there is a little bit of movement in the arms, but really it's meant to, you're supposed to like put it in one position and then kind of glue it in that position. The head is also like head. I don't know, it's not anthropomorphic, but the thing that would be its head does have a little bit of movement, but I'm just going to glue everything in place once I'm happy with the positioning. It's closer to the armor scale modeling than it is to Gunpla, but there is a nice little spot in the middle where they meet up. I really like this thing. It was a lot of fun to work on. Building this kit was very simple. It's just a model kit that, cements together. Like if you've ever built a model kit before, it's that. And look at this classic box. Isn't that classy? Isn't that fun? I like it. I really like this. So one thing I wanted to do with this kit is wire it with an LED. Basically there's a little eye right in here, a little diode that's gonna blink and breathe. So I got a breathing, speaking of breathing, one of those 3 cookies I got is still kind of in the esophagus. Anyways, I got a breathing diode from evandesigns.com. It's a great website for those that are wanting to do LED things. And I'm going to pop that in this sucker. But to do that, I have to do some wiring. I got to drill some holes and feed the LED all the way through it. And then I thought, if I'm going that far, if I'm putting an LED in there, why not do a diorama base, a little display base? So I made a diorama base, and I really like it. You can see the primed one here. And what I've done is I've put some holes on the sides. That thing you see on the side, there's a battery pack. So there's a cable that's gonna go in through the side from the battery pack, and it's gonna go up through onto the diorama there, and then it's gonna go up this tiny little rod thing into the model kit. And that's where it'll be, and then it will be lit. For those that don't know, Ma.k is a science fiction IP with a bunch of different designs in it. There is kind of a loosely based mythos to that world, but I haven't found too much information on it. So if you guys have found any lore, leave a comment down below and a link or something. Let me know where you found it so I can read it, because I like it and I want to know more. But a lot of the machines in this universe have a sort of textured appearance to their armor, and that I think in universe this has to do with some kind of like anti-laser or anti-radiation thing on their like coating or something. So that is a fun thing that I found you could replicate with a few different methods. One of them I found online is by a modeler named Lincoln Wright. He has a channel called Paint on Plastic. He's a fantastic modeler, and I really enjoy watching his content. And he uses Tamiya basic type putty and mixes it with a bit of cement and brushes that on. I find that a little too thick for what I'm doing. For the look that I want. So instead what I thought I'd try was Mr. Surfacer. And then I found there's another YouTuber who does this. There's a whole bunch of us. Named John Bias, who makes a whole bunch of different models. He does some Gunpla too, which is really cool. And he did a Ma.k Goliath kit, and he used Mr. Surfacer to stipple over top. So I thought I'd give that a shot, and I gotta say it worked out really well. I really like it. Yeah, big thanks to John Bias and Lincoln Wright for kind of pointing me in that direction. So check out their YouTube channels because they're very talented. They have a lot of great wisdom. So, take notes. Anyways, so on camera right now, you can see me trying that. You can see me doing that. Putting the Mr. Surfacer down and stippling it. It's Mr. Surfacer 500, which is the thickest variant of it, which is usually used for, well, surfacing closing gaps, filling little scratches and stuff like that, and filling in uneven plastic. I find for general priming, it's a bit too thick. So if you're just looking for a really good primer, stick to the 1200 to 1500 variants of Mr. Surfacer. Those are great for that kind of thing. So the 1 to 20 scale Maschinen Krieger Neuspotter comes with a very basic instruction manual, real easy assembly. The only thing you really have to be aware of is obviously you're cementing everything. So you want to make sure you plan out how you're going to be putting it together. If you're planning on doing any wiring, that has to be factored in. And you don't want to end up cementing a whole bunch of stuff and put yourself in a pickle where you decide then you need to drill into some of those cemented places. So just make sure to plan it out beforehand. And it also comes with this gorgeous decal sheet. These decals are great, and there's lots left over, so I'm pretty psyched to be using those for other stuff as well. So I've picked out some Mr. Color paints that I want to use for this project, and there's going to be some masking and some yellow in there, but I'm going to do that after. Probably with character yellow, which is kind of an orangey yellow. I really like that one. But yeah, I think these will work out really well for it. There's a few different color schemes that this little card here gives you, and one of them obviously takes an olive drab, and there's a few different dark greens and stuff. So this one is a lot more army green kind of colored, a lot more olive drab. This one is a little more interesting, I think, so I'm going to go closer to this. It's not going to be exact, but yeah, I'm going to be using these basic colors here, which are a few different colors from Mr. Color. There's 304, which is olive drab. There's 309, which is green FS4079. We've got German gray, which is great. We've got number 374, which is JSFDF Shallow Ocean Blue. And of course the FS numbers on these guys correspond to military colors, so it's not like that's something you have to memorize if you're just getting cool paints. So without further ado, let's get this bad boy painted. Okay, so now we can take a look at my Neuspotter after it's been painted and weathered. So there's quite a bit of oils on here, so I can't really touch it because the oils will start to accrue fingerprints. But I did quite a bit of blending. I had an absolute blast. I had a lot of fun making this kit. Now I haven't inserted the wires yet because they have to go into this body piece, and I'm gonna save all that for final assembly. I cannot wait to put this thing together on the display base and turn that diode on for the first time and see it breathing. I chose to leave this little panel here open. I just touched it. Whoops, I just touched it again. I chose to leave this little panel here open so you could see some of the engine compartment. I thought that would be a really cool way to do it. There are a few little camera pieces I'm gonna insert into some of these little holes and onto this side here. But I just want to do a final top coat before I do that, and I don't want the matte top coat to dull the sheen of these little camera eyes. Now this is going to be the, I guess, eye plate for the Neuspotter, and that's going to go on after I put pop the LED up into there. And of course, here is the body. So you saw me do all my airbrushing, and then I just weathered with some oils and a couple acrylics. I have a few different videos on weathering, so I'll link those down below and you can take a look at those. I went with a very basic color scheme, kind of extrapolated from a few of the example ones in the book there, but I had so much fun painting this thing. The decals were great. Wave made some really great decals. There's a mushroom! Isn't that cute? Yeah, it's adorable. Anyways, lots of fun. can't wait to put it together. Alright, so here you can see the display base that I put together and painted for my Neuspotter. I really do like how it turned out. Obviously the black bar in the center is to support the model kit. I should have found a clear one, but I don't know where I put it. So I'm just going to put a black one in there and not really worry about it. So all in all though, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It's really fun to make these kinds of things. I'm not as practiced with diorama bases, so there's a lot I have to learn about crafting diorama bases myself, but as far as basic construction goes, I thought it was fine and I really enjoyed doing it. I'd like to do more. I really do want to do more, especially in a larger scale, which is something I'm not so used to doing. I'm used to everything being super, super tiny because, you know, the kits that I make are in 1:144 or 1:100 scale, but this is a 1:20 scale, so, you know, things got to be a little bit bigger. But this is the base. I'm going to put the model kit on there once it is finished curing. There's quite a bit of oil on there, so it's going to have to sit for a few days. But in the meantime, that's where we're at. I gotta say, this is a random tangent, by the way. I gotta say, this whole YouTube thing has been really fun. It's been a lot of work, oh my god. But I really do enjoy it, and I like being able to share these things with you guys and talk to you in the comments. It's just entertaining. It lets me talk about model kits and modeling in general, and just the hobby and all different techniques and stuff without driving my wife crazy, because I can talk to you guys and it's fine, but if I talk to her too much about it, she reaches for the nearest cutlery drawer to find something to stab me with. That's not true. She's a wonderful lady. She's never tried to stab me, to my knowledge. So at the time of filming this, we're at just under 500 subscribers, which is amazing. It's amazing. Thank you all so much for joining me on this journey and experiencing modeling with me. It feels like we're all just kind of hanging out in my hobby room, which is fun. I wish it was bigger and I could have more people in it, but it's small and there is a pandemic on right now, so there's that. So anyways, what I wanted to say was just thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, all the things that you do, you lovely human beings, you. And I hope to deliver more and more content that is fun and fun. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I'm really proud with how this project turned out. I really like it. I really like it. Yeah, it was just a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to paint, try new things. That textured surface was really cool. So that was interesting. And I'd like to do more. And I'd like to apply some of that surface texturing to Gunpla as well. So I have a master grade that I'm going to be doing that on. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. So that's the Machining Krieger. There'll be more coming down the pipe. I've got lots of stuff I'm working on, filming and editing for you guys, but it's just taking a while because I don't have a lot of free time. But if you liked the video, please leave a like down below so I know that you liked it. And if you have any questions or if you're into Machining Krieger kits, leave a comment down below and I can talk to you if that's something you want. Thanks everybody. You guys have yourself a great day. Be kind to one another and I'll see you guys next time on Liam's Hobby Room.